Hello everybody, and today we are making a lace square. So I've got my yarn and my hook and my coffee, of course, and our chart all ready to go. So let's jump right into this. We are going to start with chaining 6 and slip stitching to that first chain to make our ring. And then we're going to chain 5, and that will count as our first double crochet and chain 2 space, which is what we're going to work into the ring 7 more times. So go ahead and work a double crochet, chain 2, double crochet, and chain 2 all the way around 7 more times till we get to our starting chain 3. So counting that, we'll have 8 double crochets in our ring. Perfect. Once we've finished that and slip stitch to the 3rd chain of our starting, we will have 8 chains and 8 chain spaces and 8 double crochets altogether in our ring. And from here we're just going to slip stitch over into the chain space, and we will go ahead and chain 5 again to start, to count once again as our first double crochet and chain 2, and we're going to put 1 more double crochet into that same chain space that we started in, and then we will chain 1 and then move over into the next chain 2 space and work a double crochet, chain 2, double crochet into that same stitch, or that same space, sorry, chain 1, and once again into the next chain space, 1 double crochet, chain 2, and 1 double crochet into that same chain space. So go ahead and do that all the way around till we get back to the start, and we will slip stitch to the 3rd chain that we made there to start. Awesome, so we have slip stitch to the 3rd chain that we made to start there, and that is the end of round 2. So now we're going to once again slip stitch over into that next chain space and chain 3 to count as your first double crochet, and put 1 more double crochet into that chain space, and then we will chain 2 and then work 2 more double crochets into that same chain space and chain 2, and we'll move over to the next chain space. Oh, sorry, no, we're going to skip that chain 1 space. We're going to move over to the next chain 2 space and do the same thing of 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets, and then we'll chain 2, skip that chain 1 space, and we'll work into the chain 2 space and do that same thing again. So we're going to continue this all the way around of that 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets in each of the chain 2 spaces, and we will chain 2 as we skip over that chain 1 space from the previous round. Awesome, so there we have slip stitch to our starting chain 3 that we made, and that is the end of round 3. I am going to, well, I finished off because I'm going to start with a new color here, because now we're going to start squaring this beauty out. You can keep going with the same color if you want, obviously, or you can pick a new color. At this point, it is totally your choice. So we are going to just attach in that space, in that chain 2 space after where we had connected there. If you are keeping the same color, just slip stitch over to that next chain 2 space, because we're going to start our corner here. So go ahead and chain 3 and work 2 more double crochets into there. We will chain 3 for our corner and then work 3 more double crochets into that same space. We're going to chain another 3 and we are going to single crochet in, we're going to skip 1 chain space and go into the next chain space there, and then chain another 3, skip the chain space, you're skipping all these double crochets here too, and skip the chain space, and in our next chain space we're going to work another corner here. So 3 double crochets, chain 3, and 3 double crochets to finish off our corner. And we are just going to continue that along each side to square it out. So go ahead and chain 3 and we will single crochet in not the next chain space but the second one after that, right here. And then chain 3 and we will skip 1 chain space and then work our corner in the next one, and so on and so forth until you get back to your starting chain 3. Perfect, so there we have it, starting to turn into our square now. We are ready to start round 5 now that we've slip stitched to our starting chain 3. So from here we are going to chain 3 to count as our first double crochet, and we're going to put 1 more double crochet into that same stitch. Next we're going to double crochet into the next 2 stitches here, and then we will work our corner of 2 double crochets, chain 1, and 2 double crochets. So this corner is different from our last corner. So then we will 1 double crochet into the next 2 stitches here, and in the last double crochet we need to put 2 double crochets in there. We're going to put 3 double crochets in this chain 3 space. One double crochet in our single crochet from the previous round. 3 double crochets in the chain 3 space again. And we are back to our corner pretty much here, so we need 2 double crochets into this first double crochet here, 1 double crochet into each of the next 2, and then our corner. Once again, that's just 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. So continue that sequence all the way around till you get to your starting chain 3 and slip stitch. There we go. Once we've slip stitched to our starting chain 3, we are pretty much done this square. You can go ahead and take out your ruler, and I guess I will need to put another round of single crochet here just for size. You may need, if you crochet tighter, a half double crochet round or a double crochet round, but work that round just the same as working into every stitch around, and work the corner same as we did as like say 2 single crochets, a chain, and 2 single crochets is probably what I'm going to do here. Work that all the way around to just make the size square that you need it to be, because that is gorgeous. I love these lacy looking squares and circle squares. Circles that go to squares are ones that I always love too. I hope you guys love this square just as much, and I hope you had fun crocheting along with me today. See you guys again next time.